and disorderly.
And yours travels fast, doesn't it? So who told you? Your new boyfriend? Look, I've got to see him. Where is he?
You can't. He's in questioning Grant.
He's what? Where?
The interrogation room.
Now the lies will begin in earnest. But I promise you, Grant will not escape his day of reckoning.
You're going to trial whether you talk to me or not. But I'm giving you a chance here before the show begins. Before the lawyers and the press and the judge and the jury get a shot at you and turn this thing into a media circus about getting you convicted. Before Ryan gets lost. Before you get lost. Grant. Oh, come on, Grant, listen to me. We're all human. We make mistakes. We do bad things. What's important is that we admit it and do what we can to try and fix it.
I tried to fix it. I tried to fix it and she wouldn't let me.
Vicky, did you tell her about this?
No, she hates me. I couldn't.
But you wanted to tell her, didn't you? Huh? Tell me, Grant. Come on, just do it. Get it over with. Come on. You were standing on the dresser. Come on. Come on. Grant. Come on.
I loved my brother. I didn't want to hurt him.
I know you did.
But I had to protect my son.
Do something to Victoria? Is that why he was arrested?
I can't tell you that.
You know why he can't? Because he doesn't have the authority. He's only good at one thing, and that would be blocking traffic.
See, Jake, that's where you're wrong. I do have the authority. Would you like to find out how much authority I have?
All I need to know about you, Joe, you're not a very good businessman. You're a loser as a cop, and you can't even get married, and I don't take orders from you, so I'm out of here.
You got business inside, Mr. McKinnon?
Not with you.
Are you all right?
Not really. Michael and I got a note from Victoria, but that was before Grant was arrested. I don't know what to do.
Josie, you think Donna can get in to see the captain? Talk to him.
Josie, please let me see him. Nobody seems to be able to tell me anything.
Oh, I'd love to help you, Matt, but I'm sorry, the captain is interrogating Grant.
What are the charges? Come on, off the record.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Please.
If the captain knew Donna was here to see him, he might change his mind. Come on.
Look, I'm not supposed to do this, but come with me.
Oh, I don't believe you, Joe. Not only are you a loser cop, but you're a vindictive loser cop. Why'd you do this to me? Because I wouldn't give you free ad space?
Jake, this has nothing to do with you or me. Let me tell you something. If you print one word about why Harrison is being held here before we get the charges nailed down, this department will come down.
I want Grant as bad as you do.
Not possible.
Why is that? Because he's a cop killer, Joe? Is that what it is? Is it because he's a cop killer?
So listen, if you just wait a minute, I'll check.
Do you know what he's done? Your ex-fiancé.
No. They implied that it was serious.
Sin incarnate. The most ancient crime of them all. You were never much of a student of history or the Bible, were you, Lorna? Do Cain and Abel strike a chord? Yes. Yes, your new boyfriend had difficulty grasping it, too.
Wait a minute here, Carl. Are you saying...
I'm saying it was Grant who killed my boy. Grant shot and killed his own brother.
Grant killed Ryan?
Yes.
No, come on, no, his mother did it.
I tell you, he shot him in the back. He left him bleeding to die on that trestle.
No, come on, that's Grant couldn't even have done something like that.
Now he's in there with your new boyfriend, and I imagine they're developing a strategy, looking for the appropriate legal loopholes.
No, you're wrong there, Carl, because if Grant is responsible for Ryan's death, then Gabe would never protect him, okay? Gabe loved Ryan. I know that. And besides, Gabe is probably one of the most honest cops that I know. He's just like Ryan.
No one is like Ryan. And he's gone. Absolutely gone. That's the brutal truth of that. And he's never coming back. And nor you, not Rachel, not Gabe McNamara, no one will keep me from seeing that justice is done.
I'm telling you right now that Gabe feels exactly the same way.
Oh, Lorna. Lorna, how you've changed. Now, I taught you to see men as they are, not as you want them to be. How can you trust him? How can you trust him?
Kirkland was... I didn't know where he was. Justine had abducted him. She said that she said I'd never see him again if anything happened to her. I was afraid. She got wind of the fact that I was trying to commit her. Got wind of the fact of the sanitarium. And I knew what she was capable of. She'd lock him away just like she locked Victoria away. A little infant in a terrible hellhole somewhere. You saw what she did to Victoria. Bricking her up in that basement. Chaining her to a wall. I couldn't let her do that. I couldn't let her get away with that.
So Justine had taken your son. You followed her to the trestle?
No, I followed Rachel. I heard her calling for help on the radio. I had a police radio. I heard her calling for help. I heard Ryan answer. She wanted Ryan to meet her at the trestle. And so I knew I had to get there before something happened. Ryan had threatened to lock her up and throw away the key. He was so angry at me, so angry at her. You see, Gabe, she abandoned him when he was an infant. God help her, she didn't love him, and he hated her for that. And I knew I had to stop him because he would maybe kill her, maybe lock her up. She was so cruel, so sick. And then I'd never know what she did to Mike Kirkland.
So you drove to the trestle?
I drove to the trestle. And when I got there, they were there. I saw them right away. They were on the trestle above me on the tracks. And I started climbing and I was shouting. But they didn't hear me. The train was coming. And I shouted for Ryan, but he was moving toward her. He was so angry. I knew he was going to kill her. I knew it. And I shouted for them, and they wouldn't listen to me. And I shouted, and then there was a noise. There was a noise. And Ryan was falling. And my mother was falling.
Are you trying to tell me that it was an accident? That you had no intention of killing him?
Yes. Yes, that's it. That's it. It was an accident. The gun went off in my hand. You have to believe me. It was an accident. It was an accident.
You're lucky to be alive. You hit a bridge abutment head on. Your mother will fill you in on the rest.
My mother?
Do you know where you are?
No.
You're in Bay City General Hospital. Your mother's right outside.
Wait. I don't even know your name.
Morgan. Morgan Winthrop.
Thanks, Dr. Winthrop. You know, I mean, for everything.
Couldn't have done it without you, Chris. It only hurts when you laugh. Come on in, Doc. He's awake. He's doing fine.
Oh, Mother.
scared me half to death.
Nothing much new there, huh?
My little tough guy.
You met the hot shot that saved my life?
Me and half the staff.
No, Morgan. I know who's responsible here. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
What did you want to say?
I just wanted to thank you for bringing Greg out to Mom's farm.
Well, he misses the country.
He misses me. I'd like to see him on a more consistent basis.
Okay.
Look, I don't want our son to become a bargaining chip between a couple of lawyers. We are still his parents. I think we have a responsibility to him to make sure that this goes as easy for him as we can make it.
Well, you should have thought of that before.
Listen, can't we just communicate with each other for Greg's sake?
Look, I'm with him every day, John. I know what he's going through. I see the anger. I know how confused he is. I'm the one who always has to tell him no. No, you can't go back to the farm. No, you cannot ride your bike in the city. I make him warm milk every night when he goes to bed. When it's too much noise, he can't sleep.
All right, listen, I appreciate how difficult this is for you, Charlene, but you are the one who sold the farm. Now, if you want to hate me because you think I made you do that, fine. But don't hate Greg's father, at least not in front of him.
I have never been negative about you in front of him. And as a matter of fact, I really
Look,
resent
he's just
the fact that
upset
you would
about
even...
this situation.
This surprises you.
No, it doesn't, but I'm trying to help him. Look, we are still his parents. And no matter what happens between you and me, Greg will always be the best thing that we have ever done.
Well, okay, for what it's worth, he seemed a little better after his visit with you this morning.
Good. I tried to emphasize that I would always be there for him no matter what.
I'm sure that he found that very encouraging.
Did you get your check?
Right on time.
Is it enough? Are you managing?
Look, as soon as I have a job, I will be able to handle my own bills.
I have always taken care of my family, Charlene. I'll continue to do so.
I think that's for the lawyers to work
Look,
out.
can't we come to some kind of
not after what you
understanding
did.
here?
No,
Look, I'm sorry, Beth.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's really impossible when we get together because we always end up in a fight, and I don't want to... I mean, I've heard about couples doing this. Husbands and wives who used to be very close friends, best friends, and then they end up hating each other.
I don't want that to happen
well,
to
then
us.
you and Felicia should never have... I hate the way I sound. I hate who I have become. I sound like a character in a bad romance novel.
I did that to you. I'm sorry.
There's a letter on the top of that stack that's very... It looked official. I would open it.
Yeah, it's Doctors Without Borders. I've made a commitment to do a rotation with them.
When did they want you?
I don't know. Let's see. Right away, they want me to go to Africa to work in Rwanda.
Yeah. Well, you should go.
Well, I can't leave the country now, not with Gregory so upset, not with all these bad feelings between you and me.
There's nothing bad between us, John. There's nothing between us at all. If I were you, I would go. You wouldn't want to break another commitment.
Ryan was probably the finest man I've ever known. How could Grant?
He's damned eternally. But he deserves a more cruel punishment than these people here are going to bestow on him.
Carl, I know that look. Don't even think it. Come on, what would Ryan want you to do?
Oh, Ryan. Oh, where he'd tell me not to be such a silly old sod and to go on home.
And go home. Rachel loves you.
Does she? The man that she married no longer exists. He seems to have abandoned his life to hover over his son's grave.
That's not what Ryan wants, and you know it. He wants you to live your life, Carl. He wants you to take care of Vicky. He wants you to go be with Rachel. That's what he would want.
You know, all my life, I've been so contemptuous of ordinary men with their everyday concerns and their everyday feelings. I was above all them. All the slings and arrows that flesh is heir to. I refused. I wouldn't let her touch me because I was faster, smarter, superior. I even tried to teach you, didn't I? I did love Ryan. I couldn't resist him. I rejoiced at the very idea of him. He was goodness itself. And it's destroyed me. Loving Rachel, loving Ryan, love ripped open my heart, just as I knew it would. And it's destroyed me.
Gabe, I didn't mean to shoot. It was an accident.
Yeah, why'd you lie about it?
Because my mother was dead. I mean, everybody thought that she shot Ryan. There didn't seem much point.
Yeah, what about after you found out she was alive?
Gabe, she needed me. I couldn't open that up again. You're right, of course. I should have come forward.
Yeah, instead you paid a hooker to be your alibi.
No, I was with her that night.
Right, yeah, after you shot Ryan.
Look, I don't think it's unusual. You know, if you kill someone and it's accidental. I mean, a hit-and-run driver, it's the same thing. You panic, and you're afraid, and then so you lie to protect yourself, even though you don't mean to do it. Because everybody would assume, given the relationship. You know, there was always a certain level of antagonism between Ryan and me, a certain sibling rivalry between the two of us. So, I mean, everybody would assume that Look, I already admitted that I was there, right? That it was my gun that went off. What the hell more do you want?
It's not what I want, Grant. It's what has to happen here and now if you have any hope of a life. I think I understand what you did and why you did it, but that's not going to help you. You got to tell me the truth. You got to tell me why you were so afraid, why you hired that prostitute, why you had the tires switched on your car, yeah. We have a sworn statement from the mechanic. We know that you had the tires switched when you found out that we discovered that fourth set of tire tracks at the crime scene. Grant, that's not the behavior of someone who's afraid. That's the behavior of someone who's guilty. What really happened on that trestle, Grant? You could have called out to Ryan. You could have warned him that Justine had your son. You didn't have to fire that gun, did you? Did you? Did you, Grant?
He was always in my way. Always. With Victoria. With Kirkland, with my mother. It had to stop. I had to stop him. I wasn't about to let him take Kirkland away from me. Yes. I shot him. I shot my brother. I killed my own brother.
It was a nasty thing to say. I know that you're still committed to the hospital. Your work.
I'm committed to my family, too.
Well, Gregory.
Strange how we can be so good and protective of Gregory and so terrible to each other. Why is that?
I guess that's why our marriage broke up.
I never intended that to happen.
What you said before about protecting Gregory, if we can do that, I would appreciate it.
So we will do whatever it takes, no matter what, to make Greg feel safe.
No matter what. He is the best of us. What's left?
That's a lot.
He's gonna miss you, so when are you leaving?
Dr. Hudson?
Yes?
Sorry, but there's a pediatric code coming in. I've already called the pediatric code team.
So they've brought Grant in.
Evidently.
Then they must think you're right, that he killed Ryan.
I don't know. But I couldn't let go of this, you do understand.
Oh, yes, I understand. With any luck, they'll have enough evidence to hold him, and then this will be over.
Yeah, well, I want this to be over just as much as you do.
You all right?
It stopped.
What?
Pounding in my head. All the pain, all these weeks, it stopped. Gabe, there's something I want you to understand. Ryan was always insinuating himself into my life. With Victoria, with Kirkland. But everyone loved him. Even though he held them to an impossible standard. And he judged them, everybody loved Ryan Harrison. Victoria, Kirkland, Stephen, my father. Everybody but Justine. She saw right through him, you know. She loved me, and he hated her for that. And so there he was that night on that trestle, insinuating himself into my life once again. Judging, ranting, raving, self-righteous. And he would have gotten away with it, you know. Yeah. Justine would be dead. Kirkland would be lost. My son had his life in danger. I couldn't let that happen.
Kirkland was safe in his car seat, right? In Justine's car?
I didn't know that. You see, if Ryan had lived, he would have married Victoria. And all the hours that I would have spent prying that little boy away from them wouldn't have made any difference. Because he would have fallen in love with Ryan, and he would have called him Daddy. And I would have lost him anyway.
Are you telling me that you wanted Ryan dead?
No. No, I didn't want him dead. No. I loved him. I want him alive. I miss him so. I need him. Without him, I'm lost. Victoria told me that he forgave me before he died. You think that's possible? You think he could have forgiven me?
Knowing Ryan? He loved you, Grant. I think he already has forgiven you.
God, I hope so. I pray he does. Because I'll never forgive myself. What's gonna happen to me now, Gabe?
Same as last time? She pass out?
She was drinking a glass of milk. She fell. She had a seizure. Ingram, you better wait.
Has she ever had seizures before?
No.
Let's get emergency CT of her head.
Is she gonna be all right? You did the right thing bringing her to us.
Morgan, why don't you go with her down to the emergency? All right, if this thing, I hope we can keep her up a ventilator. Do it.
Rachel, I just talked with Carl.
I know you two are having problems. I think he deserves another chance.
I'm sure you do, Lola. Carl can always make his point of view very compelling.
He's falling apart, Rachel. He needs you.
What he needs is for this to be over, and I've tried to help him with that. I'm afraid he's going to have to deal with this on his own.
Well, maybe if Grant admits to something, or if he's found guilty...
Yes, that would help. If it's over for him, then we'll have a future. Without, I don't think we will.
That's just great, Joe. That's great. You know something? You forgot to tell me, and you have to remind me that I, in fact, have no rights.
Give it a rest,
No
Jake.
one is putting handcuffs on me in this building again. Man, what's going on?
McNamara's questioning Grant. Listen, this came for you. I got to get back to the office, okay?
I'm sorry. I just need a minute.
You know, I don't want to pressure you, but I wish that you would reconsider representing me. It wouldn't be for a while, because John is leaving the country.
Well, what for?
He's doing this thing. He committed to Doctors Without Borders, so...
He's really a wonderful doctor.
Well, it's very hard for me to see anymore. The man he was. It's been spoiled.
Well, for what it's worth, I don't think that this is easy for anybody.
I wonder if you'd be quite so magnanimous if it was Frankie who was cheating on you.
I'd be behind bars. I'm not blaming you for feeling the way you do. I'm just trying to offer a little perspective. I guess nothing is ever black or white.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
As I was saying.
See you later, okay?
Take care.
You were always such a beautiful baby. You know, I couldn't get to sleep at night until I checked to see if you were breathing all right. But now half the time I don't even know what continent you're on. Of course, that's my fault. Partly. My schedule. But then you always took jobs that took you so far away. And you were better than that tabloid trash. I could never understand why you didn't go to medical school. I mean, you should have been a doctor like... Well, at least you came to visit me. But I warned you about your driving. You always take too many risks, and... But now you're gonna get better. And if you can stand to live with me and my crazy schedule, I think we can be happy. I don't want to fight with you all the time. I want you back, baby. I'm gonna try. I mean, I really think we should try. No more close calls, please.
Heads up. Far be it from me to criticize.
Oh, but you will anyway. Watch him.
Where should I start? Your lousy basketball technique? Your failure to identify the season and dress appropriately? Or the fact that Charlie misses you so much? You remember Charlie, don't you? She's your niece, your goddaughter. She really loves you very much, you know. I can't believe how good I am. So, what happened in there?
We saved a little girl. For now. She has AIDS.
You know, it really is too cold for you to be out here without a coat. You have to take care of yourself. Come on, let me get you something hot.
Clark, Sinclair!
Sir.
Get the prisoner ready to transfer to county for formal arraignment on the charge of murder.
Yes, sir.
Murder? Murder?
You were right.
What about Victoria? What about my grandchildren? Are they all right? Miss Hudson and the children are in a safe place. Yes, now if you'll excuse me.
An eye for an eye, Grant. A wound for a wound.
No! No! Get away! Get away!
You stay away from me closer! Keep it up!
You killed your brother!
You killed your brother! You killed Vicky if they hadn't stopped you!
Chris Madison?
Yes.
I believe we had an appointment. Matt Corey.
Oh.
I just came by to see how you're doing.
I've been better.
Yeah, well, I talked to John Hudson. He said you came through surgery very well.
I should be out of here just as soon as I can.
Well, no, you take your time, relax, recover, and I'll hold your position at the Herald.
Thanks.
Well, we're very fortunate to have a reporter like you with your credentials.
Let's just hope I can write better than I can drive.
Judging from what I've seen, you do. Sorry.
It only hurts when I laugh.
Listen, I'll stop by in a few days and drop off some back issues, give you an idea of what we don't want. In the meantime, you just rest, recuperate, and think about that first big story you're gonna write for us, okay?
Can't wait.
So why don't you tell me what happened in there?
It's not what happened, it's what won't happen. We're losing her. We bought her some time today, that's all. I should be used to this, you know, but somehow when it's a kid, 5 years old. She's taking tap class. She won't take off her tap shoes. She wears them everywhere.
That's the worst when it's a helpless child.
Her immune system's bad. That's what we found out today. She's not responding to any new medications.
So you try other ones?
We try other ones, but it doesn't... It gets painful. How long do you torture someone with these treatments? It's scary. Especially when you're 5 and all you want to do is dance.
Sometimes I think that the only thing that we can do, all of us, is love one another. And I guess trust, believe that the future will be friendly. I miss you.
It's cold. It's not that I don't love you. I do. You're my brother. I've been angry at you for so long. It's just taken over. I see you and a shield goes up. But the truth is, I miss you, too.
Hey, pal. I hope you don't hate me because I have to leave. You're the one who told me I was losing it. Letting Grant take care of the kids and take care of me. I need a break. I just need to live someplace where nothing reminds me of the way life used to be. I'll be back. I'll be back when I'm sure Grant can't hurt me or take Kirkland away. Jake, I can't tell you where I'll be. But I promise we're gonna make it, so don't worry. Stay warm and remember, you're still my best friend and I will always love you. Vic.
Do yourself a favor. Take Carl home.
Oh, it seems so useless to her.
Rachel, I've seen this before. A case like this will drive somebody right to the edge. He needs help. I know it's not easy, but he needs help. Support, understanding, good food, a lot of sleep. So, if you love him...
I just wanted him to see how useless this was.
He's not gonna see. He can't see anything right now. Until he gets better.
You're right. Thanks.
Yes, well, I want him to be given a greeting. A special greeting. Do you understand? As soon as he gets to state prison.
Let's go home.
Tonight, you can't miss an all-new must-see TV Tuesday on NBC, starting with Wings and Third Rock from the Sun. Then Diane's back. Shelley Long guest stars on Frasier, followed by the John Larroquette Show with special guest star Harry Anderson. It's all tonight on NBC.